something really unexpected happened on my birthday.
Oh.
I had delivered my second child, and my husband never plans any surprises or anything for me. And that day he was super excited, and he planned everything. And it was supposed to be one of my happiest day, which turned out to be one of the tragic day of my life.
How come?
So there was this birthday planned. We all met at 12 o'clock. And my mother said that I'll look after the younger one. You go. We went, I spoke to all my family. Everybody calls at 12. That is the trend. So I spoke to everybody at 12. And then we went to cut the cake. And the moment I blew the candle, and I was like, good to go. And everybody was singing, all my friends. And my husband was super happy that I have done something for her. She loves surprises, and I did it. And everything was super cool. And then suddenly, I didn't realize it was a magic candle. And all of us, when kids are there, you know, there's snow spray and there's a lot of fun and frolic all over the place. And I was just enjoying, soaking in everything. And I just bent down to blow the candle again. And there was a little snow spray somewhere. I don't know how and where it was still on me. I went to cut the cake, and my face was on fire.
Oh.
And for a fraction of a second, I just didn't know what just hit me. But after that fraction of a second, the first thing that came to my mind is I had two kids sitting next to me. One was my eldest son, and one was my friend's daughter. So the first thing I did is I just pushed my chair, and I went off from that place, from their vicinity, so that
એ લોકોનો
એ લોકોને કાંઈ થાય ના એની માટે. And then it's like, ખબર છે તમે, there are claps and there is laughter, and then suddenly there's that pragmatic silence, like it was like that. And then imagine after all this happened, after that second, I moved myself, and then I screamed my lungs out that it's hurting. I'm on fire. Like, can someone help me? But the thing is, કોઈને ખબર જ ના પડી કે શું થયું એ fraction of second માં. અને the whole face was on fire. With my eyes, I was able to see my husband, who was in the corner. Like, I could see in his eyes કે મેં first time કાંઈક કર્યું ના શું થઈ ગયું. He was zoned out, like, you can freeze. એનાથી કાંઈ થતું જ નહોતું. And then everybody was running, kids were shouting, crying, what happened? I could hear someone saying something, but then I realized that I have to do something myself. And that's when I remembered, okay, I have this, I remember અહીંયા sink છે, you know, or a basin, something is there. I turned myself, and there was a mirror. And I saw myself on fire in that mirror. જાણે સૂરજનો ગોલો ના હોય, it was like that. I saw myself, and then I opened the tap, અને સીધું મોઢું એમાં નાખી દીધું. ને આપણે ખબર છે ગરમ તવામાં તમે પાણી નાખો ને કેવો અવાજ આવે, and it was like that. And then I think બધાનું, like, you know, everybody started thinking કે શું કરવાનું. I turned myself, so when I was looking like this, then I was yellow, and then after splashing the water, I was full black. And then I turned and I just said, can somebody please take me to the hospital? And that's when everybody started running, ke chalo chalo jaye, this, that. And we got in the car, and my son was there. So I said, baby, come, let's go. We'll go to the doctor and everything is going to be fine. But my son did not come. He just looked at me and he said, you are not my mama.
Oh.
And I think that somewhere, I think the physical pain je હતું એ ફીલ નહોતું થતું. પણ એ sentence, I think that sentence was too much for me. And then of course અમારા friends ને બધા લઈ ગયા કે ચલો ચલો ચલો, you know, બીજી કારમાં લઈ ગયા. And we went to the doctor and everything. And I'm very close to my dada, although he's not with me now, but he came first to see me in that room, in the emergency thing. And he looked at me and he's like, मैं તારી સાથે હમણાં જ વાત કરી. I said, yes. તો મને કે બેટા શું થાય છે. એન્ડ ધ થિંગ ઇઝ મને નથી ખબર જ્યાં સુધી આઈ ડિડ નોટ ગેટ બર્ન કે વેન સમવન હેઝ ગોટ burnt, you cannot use your hands. So they were wearing those plastic gloves and everything.
Okay.
અને એની સાથે they have to wipe the whole face. So રૂ મને નહોતું પણ એ જે પ્લાસ્ટિક હતું ને it was like જે બોર્ડમાં ખબર છે અવાજ આવે. I just felt that. And my dada is looking at me, Radhi, are you okay? I said, I will be okay. Don't worry. But yeah, then from that night, the whole journey began. I went home that night. They said, you can go home. Everybody helped me to heal. But a sentence, what my son said, you not my mama. I think somewhere that was the thing that, kept pushing me. Like when I went to the doctors as well, they said it's a 3rd degree burn. And especially here on the neck and everything. અને મને તરત જ યાદ આવ્યું આપણે ઓલું પૂનમ દિલનવાળી એક મૂવી હતી
યસ ये वादा रहा.
ये वादा रहा. So this also I did not know. આપને usually શું હોય કે તમે બર્ન થયા હો તો તમે ખુલ્લું રાખો. પણ when we went to the doctor, he said કે when you are burnt so much, you cannot do that. So they had covered આખું મારું ક્લીન બધું જે કરવાનું હતું કરીને આખું ફેસ મારું એ લોકોએ કવર કરી નાખ્યું હતું. The only thing was open is આટલીક આઈસ અને અહીંયાથી એક હોલ રાખ્યું હતું so I can drink. And then when I came home, I told my mom કે don't bring my son next to me because he જોઈને તો મને લાગે છે he'll not even, I don't know. But my younger one was just 5 months, so એને ઈ કાંઈ ખબર નથી. So he was next to me, which was like a relief. But yeah, I think that sentence really, really pushed me, and then slowly, gradually, the healing part began.
So how much time did it take to heal?
Almost a year. Almost a year.
Every birthday, this
Yeah.
must be a nightmare.
Yes, it was initially, like especially the first birthday જ્યારે આવ્યું after this incident, and the best part I can say, okay, I was in pain, જે બી થયું મારી સાથે, but the thing is my dad made it a point બધાને પર્સનલી એમને મેસેજીસ ને બધાને કર્યા છે અને they have spreaded a word. અને as you know, Rajkot is very small that way. બધાને બધી ખબર પડી જાય. So many people came to visit me કે are you okay and all that. અને બધાને ખબર હતી delivery થઈ છે. So that was also there. My dad made it a point to let people know કે આ ટાઈપની વસ્તુઓ નહીં વાપરો. તમને ખબર બી નથી કે કેટલું hazardous છે અને it can lead to this.
Right.
Like a surprise birthday party turned into an accident.
Right.
But so first birthday was very difficult. We don't put candles anymore. Which later on મને ખબર પડી કે આપણા હિન્દુ ઓલા ધર્મમાં બી they say you should never blow a candle.
Yeah, I have stopped blowing after since 2-3 years because we say કે don't blow your ear away.
Exactly. So એ પછી ખબર પડી. But yes, I think later on, after a couple of years and everything, stories also heal you.
Yeah.
And couple of incidents then happened later on in the life wherein it is very difficult for me to share this part that has happened, but I do share when it is needed because sometimes when you talk it out, it heals you internally.
Right.
It also helps सामने वाला ने कि एमने भी खबर पड़े. And especially with this candle thing, it was like we have made it a point. It was like a mission for our family કે please આવું બધું નહીં જ વાપરતા. But stories help you.
આપણે જ્યારે એક સ્ટ્રોંગ પાવરફુલ ફિમેલ જોઈએ
Yeah.
ત્યારે આપણને ખબર ન હોય કે એની પાછળની જર્ની શું છે. સો મીટ રાધિકા, the TEDx speaker and the storyteller, a very unique profession. So I just want to ask you, Radhika, કે આ incident પછી how did storytelling heal you?
So yeah, it's a funny thing. As mothers, we all tell stories, right? So somewhere sharing this story as and when needed, because it's very painful to go back to that part. But as and when needed, whenever I have done, મને એ વસ્તુ તો realize થઈ કે હું જ્યારે share કરું છું ને મને અંદરથી થોડું healing થાય છે. Because you are letting out everything. And then kids were small and I always used to love dancing. I was all over the place. Koi na bhi shadi hoy, koi ni bhi lagan hoy. I am always there with expressions and all that. So then when kids were small, I used to tell them stories. So I had this habit, and their favorite story was the gingerbread man.
Okay.
Right? He's going all over the city, ne bada cow, ne dogs, ne bada ne male che. So every time koi bhi animal aave, I used to, enact, like if it's a dog, woof, woof, now the doggy wants the gingerbread man. And then kids used to be like, Mama, the way you tell stories, koi nathi ketu. You are really good with this. And I'm like, seriously? So somewhere, I was sharing stories, and it was also healing me. It was also helping my kids to, have that theater and drama
Right.
to the story, which we usually don't do. Storytelling is generally meant to be book mathi vacho cho, or oral storytelling. But then I was adding this twist and tadka to it.
સો તમને ક્યારે એવું ફીલ થયું કે આઈ કેન ટેક ધીસ એઝ અ સિરિયસ પ્રોફેશન બિકોઝ સ્ટોરી ઇઝ બીન એન્જોયડ બાય એવરીબડી
Yes.
બટ વી ડોન્ટ ટેક ધીસ વેરી વેરી સિરિયસલી લાઈક અ મની અર્નિંગ પાથ
True.
તો એ તમને ક્યારે લાગ્યું કે ધીસ ઇઝ ઇટ
For that, I joined the school as a kindergarten teacher, because I was helping slow learners in my kids' school.
Okay.
So at that time, helping those kids was super easy when I was using stories.
Right.
So I said, okay, stories are helping, and it's also healing, and it is also fun. So I did that for almost 2.5 years. Then I said I want to get into the teaching line, because I felt that I think I'm good with it, and stories was the main thing for me. So I got into it, and then my mentor was able to see this.
ઓકે
You have a unique flair of narrating stories, of telling stories, of enacting stories, and you should think about this professionally. But as you know, small city ma might be tamne badhu એવું ના મળે જે તમે વિચારતા હોય. And especially this is so funny that when I went and told my grandfather ke Papa, I have become a storyteller. And he goes, oh, very good, very good. And I said, I get paid for it. And then he was like, what? I said, ha, Papa, તમે story કરો ને તો તમને they pay you. તો મને કે મેં તો જિંદગી આખી કરી, મને તો કોઈ પૈસા ના આપ્યા.
exactly it's a very unique way of setting your profession
Yes. So my grandfather, although he was very happy about it, but he's like, okay, this is something new. I didn't know you can have storytelling as profession. But that happened when I moved to Pune.
Okay.
When I went there, I did not get into the teaching field instantly. I thought I want to explore. And in Pune, I had heard that there are storytellers. I'm talking this almost around 12, 13 years back. ત્યારે બી storytelling હતું, storytellers હતા, પણ it's not like people knew about it, કે આવું બધું બી થાય છે. But I said, I'll give myself. So I gave myself a year, and then I got this chance. Someone had seen my school videos, which I was doing with my kids in the school. And she goes, can we meet? And I said, yeah. So I went to see her, and she goes, I have this studio, અને મને જોઈએ છે કે તમે અહીંયા આવી અને આ ટાઈપનું સ્ટોરી ટેલિંગ કરો. And I was like, wow, this was like unexpected. And she said, yes, let's do it. And that is how in 2016, I started my first show as a professional storyteller, wherein I wanted it to be hatke. So then I just listened to my heart. I said, okay, હું જ્યારે મારા છોકરાઓને થોડુંક ડ્રામા ને નોટંકી, વોઇસ મોડ્યુલેશન ને એક્સપ્રેશન ને આપતી હતી, તો they were very happy. તો મને એમ થયું, at least let me give it a try. Let's see બીજા બધાને શું લાગે છે. And that is it. And then there was no looking back. Everybody enjoyed. And even in Pune, it was for the first time that someone was doing a theatrical storytelling where you wear props, costumes, makeup, and then I call kids from the audience and they become characters, parents become character.
how nice
So yeah, then there was no looking back.
so this is a very creative સબ્જેક્ટ રાઈટ
Yes.
સો તમને ક્યાંથી આઈડિયાઝ આવે કે આ નવી નવી બિકોઝ જૂની સ્ટોરીઝ તો આપણે બધી સાંભળેલી હોય, આપણા
True.
ભગવાનની સ્ટોરીઝ સાંભળેલી હોય, પણ ટુ ગીવ અ ટ્વિસ્ટ the voice modulation, the expressions, because I've seen your clips, the expressions are amazing. So how do you work on yourself?
So I have been given the tag from my school, and then in Pune also they have given me this tag, expression ki dukan is the tag that has been given to
I
me.
agree.
So yes, there is a lot of creative work. But I always tell myself okay, there is something that you have to do. And I knew that I want to do something hatke. So first was the profession. Secondly, I just put myself in the audience shoe. બચ્ચાના લેવલથી જ્યારે હું વિચારવાનું ચાલુ કરું ને તો મને એમ થાય આઈ વુડ લવ ઇટ ઇફ સમવન વુડ ડુ સમથિંગ લાઈક ધીસ અને એઝ અ ચાઇલ્ડ મારા દાદા he is the best story teller that I have ever come across because જે રીતે એ અમને સ્ટોરીઝ કહેતા અને આપણું અહીંયા ખબર છે કાઠિયાવાડનું એ પહેલેથી it's like a routine કે રાતના બધા ભેગા બેસે and you talk about it. So that is how I have been born and brought up and I was in a joint family. So દર રાતે દાદા અને બધા બેસે and then he talks about his life. He talks about, he asks everyone તમારું શું હતું આજ દિવસમાં. He used to read lot of Osho books and he used to share something which he can make it relatable. So I think somewhere it came from my grandfather as well. કે એ ઓશો રજનીશ હવે વિચારો એમનું લર્નિંગ્સ ને એની બુક કેટલી ડિફિકલ્ટ હોય સમજવા બટ હી યુઝ ટુ સે ઇટ ઇન સચ અ સિમ્પલ વે ઇન અ રિલેટેબલ વે કે આઈ વોઝ સિટિંગ દેર અને અમારા ઘરનું એ રૂટીન હતું રાતના આઈસ્ક્રીમ હોય કે ફ્રૂટ્સ હોય અમે બધા ભેગા ખાય એન્ડ વી આર ડુઈંગ આઈ નેવર રિયલાઇઝ એટ દેટ પોઈન્ટ ઓફ ટાઈમ કે મારી અંદર મારા દાદાએ એ સીડ ઓલરેડી નાખી દીધું છે and I think that is somewhere subconscious mind was registering everything and when the opportunity was right when everything was working in the favor all those things keep coming back and then I decided હું કરીશ તો એવું કરીશ કે kids can relate to that
right
so આપણે અત્યારે છોકરાઓને એમ કહીએ once upon a time in the jungle now think from a child who is 2 years 3 years 4 years they don't see jungle around.
They can visualize.
They can visualize. તમે એને imagine કરવાનું, that's the power of story. Okay? You can help them imagine. But અત્યારના છોકરાઓ છે they are very smart. Now when you take once upon a time in the jungle, there was a cottage. I have had this student who said, where is the jungle? And then I twisted. Once upon a time in the concrete jungle, you see buildings around you? And then he was okay.
Right.
So then I said, okay, we have to do storytelling, bhale old story, but give them a twist which makes it relatable to them.
Right. એ લોકો નાના હોય ને ઇમ્પ્રેશન એ બહુ સારી પડે
Super.
સો નોર્મલી આપણા સ્ટોરીઝમાં હોય હીરોઝ એન્ડ એ જ હીરોની આજુબાજુ સ્ટોરી રિલેટ થતી હોય ને આપણને એમ જ લાગે સારા કામ કરો તો હીરો
હા.
બટ આઈ હેવ સીન થિંગ્સ લાઈક યુ ઓલ્સો સે સ્ટોરી ઓન ધ વિલન point of view.
Yes.
So what is that whole idea about it?
So I started doing classic tales with theatre, of course. Relatable બનાવવા માટે I started adding the twist. એ કર્યા સાથે પછી again, I close my eyes and for me, my characters come to life. So when I'm reading also, in between when I'm reading, I close my eyes, I visualize because the power of visualization is so strong. Like a simple example, તમે 1 વર્ષનું છોકરાને લઈને ડ્રાઈવમાં કે ગયા હો ને મેકડોનલ્ડ્સનું એમ આવે ને એટલે they
Relate. Yes.
Yeah, so they don't know that is M. For them, it's a visual.
Right.
Okay, this is the place where I will get chips.
Right.
So I believe in the power of visuals. So I visualize. And then many a times it happens so, and I have been the rebel in my house,
Okay.
the black sheep of my family. No, કેમ કે it's like my parents always say કે બધા આમ જાતા હોય ને તો તને આમ જ જાવું હોય. So it always have been that. અને ત્યારે મને ખબર નથી. I did not have words at that time to say કે હું ખોટી નથી. Might be મારું perspective અલગ છે. So somewhere I think that was also there in subconscious. And then I started seeing stories from a villain's perspective, so-called villain. I don't think they are villain, but I think they are misunderstood. So then that is how I started my journey. Okay, this is what you actually see. You never know what's happening. So there's this classic tale which all the kids and parents જેના છોકરાઓ નાના હોય એ બધા ને ખબર જ હોય the big bad wolf and the 3 pigs. સો એમાં બિગ બેડ વુલ્ફ ઇઝ કન્સિડર્ડ સો બેડ. એ જઈને પિગનું ત્રણેય પિગના ઘર ઉડાડવાની કોશિશ કરે છે. ધ થર્ડ પિગ હેડ મેડ ધ હાઉસ આઉટ ઓફ બ્રિક, તો એ ઉડ્યું નહીં, પણ પછી ચીમનીમાંથી નીચે જાય છે ને એની ટેલ બર્ન થઈ જાય છે, એન્ડ ધેન હી રન્સ ઓફ એન્ડ ઓલ દેટ. તો એક વસ્તુ મને એ બી ખટકતી હતી કે જ્યારે બી આપણે સ્ટોરીઝ કરીએ ને તો આપણું એન્ડિંગ છે ને એવું જ હોય કે વિલન મરી ગયો, વિલન ભાગી ગયો, વિલનને કોઈ હીરોએ મારી નાખ્યો. And I always used to say that there is so much negativity around us. તમે 4 વર્ષ 5 વર્ષના છોકરાઓને અત્યારથી જ when the slate is empty, you're putting this kind of messages. So then I said, okay, let's change the narrative. So I started telling story from the perspective of Big Bad Wolf. So now the Big Bad Wolf is going to Piggy's house. અને એ જઈ અને knock કરે છે. The piggies don't open the door. એટલે એ જોશથી કરે છે. And then Wolf goes, yeah, God has given me big teeth. I am furry. I am big. I look scary, but I'm not. So એ બધી જગ્યાએ knock કરે છે, પણ એને કોઈ હેલ્પ નથી કરતું. અને એમાં એક જગ્યાએ ફર્સ્ટ પિગના પાસે જાય છે તો એ એને શરદી થઈ ગઈ હતી. ધીસ ઇઝ માય નરેટિવ્સ. અને જોશથી છીકે છે. તો હવે એને હાઉસ બનાવ્યું હતું હેનું, તો ઓફકોર્સ ઉડી જશે. સો હી વોઝ નોટ વિલન. દેન સેકન્ડ પાસે જાય છે, બે જણા પિગ્સ આવીને કે યુ આર બેડ કરે છે, પણ એને કોઈ બોલવાનો ચાન્સ જ નથી દેતો. થર્ડ પિગ પાસે જ્યારે જાય છે ત્યારે ધ થર્ડ પિગ વોઝ સ્માર્ટ. તો એમને એને પૂછ્યું કે વોટ ઇઝ ઇટ? એન્ડ દેન ધ પિગ ઇઝ સેઇંગ દેટ આઈ વોઝ નોકિંગ ધ ડોર બિકોઝ આઈ વોઝ હંગ્રી એન્ડ આઈ વોન્ટેડ ફૂડ. તો એ કે યા વી નો યુ વોન્ટેડ ફૂડ, યુ વિલ ઈટ અસ, રાઈટ? તો કે યુ નો દેટ ઇઝ ધ રોંગ થિંગ. તમે કોઈને ખબર નથી. હું એ જ કહેવા ચાહતો હતો કે આઈ એમ અ વેજીટેરિયન વુલ્ફ.
Okay.
So the narratives, how you put it up, is in your hand. And મને એમ થાય, when I started saying this kind of narratives, the kids who used to be so scared, because I wear the teeth, motta ola, you know,
Okay.
big bad wolf na, and I wear that proper costume and everything. So when they enter, they see me, they are so scared. By the time the story is over, they all want to come and take pictures with the wolf. And then the narrative from big bad wolf turned to big friendly wolf.
Right. I remember one thing કે આપણને cockroachesથી ડર લાગે. Cockroaches
Yeah.
are dirty and they are bad
Yeah.
colors. But when you tell a story કે there are 5 cockroaches coming dancing in a cartoon manner, tick tock, તો
Yeah.
તમારો ડર નિકળી જાય. So
Exactly.
visualization is...
Exactly.
So if we have to connect, આ મને અચાનક વિચાર આવ્યો. I'm just
Yeah.
asking you out of the box. If you have to connect visualization with manifestation, if you have to teach the kids,
Yeah.
do you use something like that? Because visualization is a very, very big part for manifestation.
It is 100%. And see, when I'm working with kids, at kids level, when you go, you cannot explain them કે manifestation શું છે,
True.
visualization શું છે. So I just tell them, okay, close your eyes. What do you see? Because બધાને આપણે ખબર છે નાના હોય ત્યારે પૂછે તમે મોટા થઈને શું બનશો?
Yes.
તમે મોટા થઈને શું બનશો? લોકો એન્જિનિયર કહેશે ને આ કહેશે, because they have heard that. They don't know actually what
True,
it is.
true.
So when I am speaking to them, or when I used to be in the school as well, I just tell them કે close your eyes, now think કે તમે મારા જેવડા મોટા થશો ત્યારે તમને શું કરવું ગમશે? Why do we have to just say what would be your profession? What would you want? So that is how તમે એની આંખ બંધ કરાવો ને અને જે વિઝ્યુઅલ્સ આવવા માંડે ને, સ્લોલી ગ્રેજ્યુઅલી યુ નેવર નો ક્યારે એ કનેક્ટ ધ ડોટ્સ થવા માંડે.
Right.
અને તમને કાંઈ બી વસ્તુ મેનિફેસ્ટ કરવી હોય એની માટે જો વિઝ્યુઅલ જ તમારી પાસે નહીં હોય તો તમે એને મેનિફેસ્ટ કેવી રીતે કરશો?
True.
Because લખી લેવું, that's fine. But the moment, so when you talk about TEDx, કે my journey with TEDx, it is, I know કે ઘણા લોકોએ આ કીધું હશે, but honestly, trust me, I had seen myself walking towards that red dot, I don't know, thousands of time.
Right.
In my sleep, in my visuals, કે જ્યારે, અને that helps you. The more you see that, the more you are going to work towards it.
True.
Because reaching a TEDx platform was not a cakewalk. It was a dream, almost 15 years old dream.
Right.
And then when that moment came, it's like, you know, for you, it will be like, okay, I have done this 1,000 times. Let me just go and do it.
Right.
So,
So storytelling is only for toddlers or for adults also?
storytelling is for everyone.
Right.
Right.
So how does it help the adults?
It helps adults. If I take my example, stories, I used to read. I read a lot. And when I went through this incident, and otherwise also, whenever there is something going not in your favor. I read. And I always feel કે તમે કંઈક વાંચો ને તમને ઘણી ક્લેરિટી મળવા માંડે. Close your eyes. You will be able to see the connections which God is trying to show you. કે આ થશે. You need to have that faith. So it heals. Stories are very therapeutic. કે તમે એને શાંતિથી લાઈક અત્યારે જેમ સાઉન્ડ હિલિંગ લોકો કરે છે એમ સ્ટોરીઝ આર ઓલ્સો યુઝડ એઝ હિલિંગ લાઈક ઇફ યુ મીટ અ ફ્રેન્ડ રાઈટ એન્ડ યુ ટોક તને ખબર છે શું થયું તને ખબર છે પછી આ થયું પછી ઓલી મેડે આવીને જે મને હેરાન કરી છે આટલું કામ મારે આ કરવું પડ્યું યુ વેન્ટ આઉટ 5 minutes 2 minutes whatever do you feel relaxed
Yes.
right it's like
કહી દીધું કોઈને.
કહી દીધું. That is how stories, and stories are everywhere. Everyday routine ma we are using stories. Like students will use stories. Homework છે ને કરવાનું હતું દીદી પણ મહેમાન આવી ગયા હવે મહેમાનને તમને શું લાગે વળગે કિડ્સને
Right.
But all of us are telling stories. Maid will come and tell us stories કે આજે આ થયું. Parents will come and tell us stories. So stories are everywhere. અને ખાલી kids માટે નહીં. Yes, the theatrical part that I do, but trust me, when મારા સેશનમાં કોઈ બી આવે I have made it a rule that one parent should accompany.
Okay.
Because આપણી અત્યારની fast lifeમાં it is so difficult to remove that time where there is no screen. So my thing, 1 hour of storytelling, mother and child or father and child, they come there, they connect together, they bond together. And મારી પહેલી, I wouldn't say instruction, but I would suggest them, you are my child as well. And don't think કે મારું છોકરું આ કરે છે કે નહીં. You are a child. You have come to listen to a story. Bus do that. Don't instruct them. So when I do, I start with a song and everything. I do a lot of warm-up activities. અને એ બધું parents કરે ને એને જોઈને kids are very happy.
Right.
So when they go out અને આપણે પૂછીએ કે how did it go? છોકરાઓની તો ખબર નથી અમને બહુ મજા આવી. You took us back to our childhood.
Right.
So it is for all.
Yeah, for instance, fast life, how change is very, very important.
Yes,
actually.
it is. It is.
And how do you work on your expressions and your voice module? Like your pitch is high and then your pitch is low,
Yeah.
and then you take into that visualization. And how do you work on yourself?
So I work, of course, one is when you read the story, you will get ideas like that when I will walk there, I want to do it this way. But of course, અવાજ માટે I really have to take care because voice modulation તમે જ્યારે કરો ને, I am the big bad wolf. And then kids know imagination starts working. કે okay, there is a wolf એનો અવાજ થોડોક આવો જાડો હોય. And if it's a mouse, squeak, 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 squeak. And because we have heard all those sound in our atmosphere around as well, So yes, I do work. I am a very good listener. For me, the best place is when I am traveling. તમે એરપોર્ટ ઉપર જુઓ ને everybody is always busy doing something or the other. I get my inspirations from there. Expression, બહુ મજા આવે મને એ બધાને જોવાની. And then I work mirrorની સામે that if I do something like this, છોકરાઓ બી તો નહીં જાય because I work more with kids. Right. Because it has happened when I wear those wolf teeth, when I become a witch and I wear all those makeup and hat and that. So it has happened couple of times કે છોકરાઓ એટલા બધા ડરી જાય રોવા માંડે. So then I work on it and the moment if I see કે okay આ બી જાય છે, I remove because it's a prop.
Yeah.
I remove and see, I'm just like you, don't worry. So yes, I do a lot of mirror work and then even watching other storytellers, teachers. I think learning is everywhere. You just have to keep your eyes open.
So Radhika, let's have one short question answer round.
Okay.
We go not in detail, but just
Okay.
on the surface. Which is one story you've repeated 100 times and it's the favorite?
So it's the big bad wolf.
Okay. So if you have to express yourself in a story or in a chapter of your life, what would it be?
Chapter of my life now?
Yes.
I would describe myself as a happy soul. Okay. I'm in that thing where things don't affect me. And I take everything as a chapter. And it's like story હોય તો એમાં બધું કંઈક સારું હોય કંઈક ખરાબ હોય heartbeatમાં it goes up and down, right? So I take it as it comes.
One character you love to be?
It is right now Fanta Fatakdi, the Gujarati witch.
Okay.
I love that.
Right. And toddlers or adults? Easy to go?
I wouldn't say easy. Like people say that it's very difficult to be with toddlers, but they are my favorites.
Right. So one villain character which you really feel that you'd like to change?
Which I want to change. I think I want to change the character of Ravan.
Okay.
He's very misunderstood.
Yeah.
I mean, એ કેટલા વિદ્વાન છે એને જે બધી એની પાસે જે બધી શું કહે વરદાન બી એમને હતા સ્ટડીઝ વાઇઝ ડિસિપ્લિન એન્ડ I think I have to write a story on that.
Right.
I really want Ravan to come with a nice, cool look.
Right. 1 minute story you would like to share with the audience.
1 minute story. Okay, I don't know whether 1 minute ma tha sakene, but this is right now everyone's favorite, which I have been performing at different fest, is the hare and the tortoise story.
Okay.
Everybody knows about it, that slow and steady wins the race. But I have added a twist of a Maharashtrian Masti Moshi coming into the character. So Masti Moshi goes that we have to do the race again. And now it's not with hare and tortoise, but we will do hare and tortoise ke bachcho ki kahani.
Okay.
And then there comes Harry, and then there comes Toto. So then everybody in the jungle said, agar kahani nahi hai to race bhi nahi honi chahiye. So then Harry comes in his Harley Davidson.
Okay.
Oh, and then the Toto comes in Phat-Phati. And then Masti Moshi goes, Arey, ye to fir se wahi hoga, haar jayega. And then the story goes, both of them going fast. Of course, Harry is leading, and then Toto stops. So Masti Moshi is shocked. What happened? Why are you stopping? And then Toto being slow. Masti Moshi, main aapko dikhata hu. And then Toto starts with a bag. He starts removing everything, and he started making gajar ka halwa.
Okay.
And then the Harry, who was going in full speed, ke papa ne hara diya, main jeet ke dikhaunga. He's going full speed, and the smell of gajar ka halwa, you turn. He comes back to Toto, and then, Toto, please give me gajar ka halwa. He starts eating, and the Phat-Phati goes. And finish line tak hum pahunch gaye, and again one more time, Toto was the winner. But Toto was very, very smart. So Toto said that everybody says slow and steady wins the race. Now, zamana naya hai. So there will be a new line which says slow, steady, and smart wins the race.
Right. Very nice. So this is your creativity.
Yes.
Great. Now, one last question, Radhika. How do you feel fashion inclimates with storytelling?
It does. Fashion is a story in itself. Right from the time you see the fabric, or first of all, the visual that you have, then you go looking for the things that you want. And then you have visualized in certain way that I'm going to see this outfit, especially like if I see you in this, you would have visualized that, yes, I'm going to do it this way. And then when you go, so I think fashion and story, in fact, story is everywhere.
Right.
And fashion also is a part of it.
I must say this, I enjoyed listening to you. I enjoyed your storytelling, and the way you just went down in your tragic time and you just came back like a phoenix, it's just appreciable.
Thank
you for being here.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.